It's time for more of the Mystery Labyrinth, folks, in Chapter 3 of Raincode. So, last chapter we finished doing... Oh, I didn't know I could do that. We finished doing the investigation, and we got cornered by Guilherme and Dominic. And when Fubuki couldn't turn the clock back anymore, we realized that this was it. We just had to go with whatever the Mystery Labyrinth... It was time to enter the Mystery Labyrinth to figure out what happened. I'm still not 100% sure on what's going on, but... as I said, my running theory at the moment is it might have been a joint effort between Akadi, Savan, and Scandi? Was that his name? The elf-looking guy? That's just a running theory at the moment, just because of all the different things that have occurred. But Morgula seems to have an alibi at the moment, so I guess he's sort of off the hook for now. But anyway, I am curious. Are you really a detective in training, Yuma?
You seem far more experienced with adventuring than I am. You even have the title of Warrior of Light.
You gave me that title, Fubuki.
Master's an expert at getting dragged into other people's business. He's been forced around the block a few times. He's got a great mentor, too.
In contrast, I have nothing besides the ability to wind back time. And my only merit is useless here.
I feel like there's a lot more character development going on here in the Mystery Labyrinth with Fubuki.
Too bad, so sad. You're not gonna make it through here.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting real annoying. It's starting to stress me out. Master, help me unwind by turning them into mincemeat.
All right, yes, Guilherme again. Let's go. High voltage lines, parallel gunshot wounds.
Even if you didn't fire the gun, a friend could have done it for you. You ordered your accomplice to snipe Shachi from someplace else. Your accomplice threw the gun over to you. And you planted it in Shachi's hand. That was your maggot master plan! Huh? Where was the shot taken? There's one spot where the shot could have been made. You shot from the roof of the building next door!
Is that it? No, okay. I thought maybe that would have broken it because of the high voltage lines. It's true the roof of the neighboring building is the only place nearby where someone... Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I know what to use, yeah. But that building is taller than the hideout. Plus that side of the building has no windows. Yep, I know what to do. That means the gun could have only been fired from above, which would have sent the bullet flying at an angle. Yeah, sorry, it's the parallel thing. Hold up, isn't there evidence conflicting with that? Let's double check the solution keys. Sorry, yeah, I realized that.
Even if you didn't fire the gun, a friend could have done it for you. You ordered your accomplice to snipe Shachi from someplace else.
Oh, I can fast.
Where the shot could have been made. Next door.
No.
I'll slash through this mystery.
I'll cut your wings.
The neighboring building didn't have any windows, so the only way to shoot the victim was from the rooftop. But that building was taller than the hideout. If the victim was sniped from that height,
God, you're so excited,
gunshot wound would have been
Shinigami.
at an angle. But the gunshot wound through his head was horizontal.
Parallel, yep.
Based on the gunshot wound, it's impossible for the bullet to have traveled from the roof of the neighboring building.
She gonna bring up the whole thing about, oh, maybe they shot then escaped. Oh, no, they're just gone.
I get it. Since the wound ran parallel to the roof, the shooter must have been at the same height.
Yeah, they would have been on the roof with him because they also would have been the one that locked the door.
Well, it could be that the victim's head was at an angle at the time of impact. But in that case, we would have found the bullet lodged in the roof.
Yeah.
The monster conjures falsehoods to impede our progress.
But it's strange that they insist it was a homicide. If I'm not the culprit, it'd make more sense to rule it as a suicide.
Well, they're trying to frame you. They want you out of the picture, Yuma.
That's because it is one. They're insisting it's a homicide to cover it up.
So you finally revealed your true nature, God of Darkness.
Huh?
Yuma, do not be swayed by this deceiver. This case is most assuredly a homicide.
She just said that, Fubuki.
Assuredly. And what are you basing that on?
The victim carried a gun, did he not? If so, he could have used it to combat the peacekeepers pursuing him. And yet, he hastily turned the gun on himself. I do not believe the victim was so cornered that he would commit suicide.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah, so screw you. 1 to Fubuki, 0 to Shinigami.
That's a good point. Even if he wanted to avoid using his gun, he could have at least used it to threaten them.
So it must be a homicide.
No, suicide.
Homicide!
Why would Shinigami be saying suicide?
Suicide.
She knows it's not a suicide. She just said that. She's just being stubborn now. All right.
There are 2 doors?
Here it comes. What will Fubuki say to that? Was it suicide or homicide? It was definitely homicide.
The letters are written in blood. Does Yuma's blood contain holy powers? And it illuminates this cursed labyrinth? Yuma, you are more than the warrior of light. You are the holy warrior of light.
Sure, that's fine. Let's focus on this problem. Is this a suicide or a homicide?
It's a
I
homicide.
need to narrow it down, now.
It is clearly a homicide.
Nuh-uh! It's totally a suicide.
The only way it would be a suicide is if Shachi knew what was happening and he realized that Yuma was in danger and he realized he'd been played. Because now I'm actually starting to second guess. Because there was no... It doesn't appear that anybody could have escaped from the roof at all. So maybe he did... but then, if it was a suicide, then... Yeah, no, I think it's got to be homicide. I do think it's still a homicide. But if it is a suicide, then I'm going to say...
Right here!
Right now! Because, yeah, like, there wouldn't be a mystery labyrinth if it had just been a suicide. Ikari's boots, made of waterproof material.
I'm sure this is the right way.
I hope so.
I knew it! This case had to be a homicide.
If it was a homicide, someone else had to have been on the roof, right?
It's just how they got
But
away, I'm still not
Master, you were
sure.
on the emergency stairwell, and the peacekeepers were behind the door. Which means no one could have gotten off that roof. How did the culprit shoot the victim and get away? See? If it wasn't a suicide, then what happened? You'd better explain yourself.
Very well, I shall. I completely agree with what Yuma said.
Fubuki.
I didn't say anything.
So what do you think, Master?
You mean why I think it's a homicide? I don't really have a solid reason why yet.
It is a homicide, right? Or did I get it wrong?
We're trapped!
Oh no! The walls!
What is the reasoning behind it being a homicide? Right.
Come on, spit it out. The mystery labyrinth won't wait forever, you know.
I know, but
Yuma!
if it was in fact a homicide, there would be some clue left behind at the crime scene. If I can just remember something.
Oh, like this?
Oh, here we go. God, we haven't had this one for a while.
Here, this is everything left at the scene.
Couldn't have been an umbrella, surely.
This should be easy mode. I made sure to pull everything straight out of your memory, Master.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know. They slid down the pole. That's how they got away.
I'm sure there's a clue pointing to a homicide hidden here.
It's got to be that. That's the only way it could be, because the umbrella was still there, the door was locked, the gun didn't do anything, so it's got to be
We do
the...
not have much time. Please hurry, Yuma!
Yeah, they slid down the pole.
There must be something suspicious, something that stands out. There has to be a clue. I have to find it.
Okay, I think it's
It
this.
has to be the security camera. There has to be a clue here.
Or not.
Master, are you just messing around? The walls are closing in again.
It was strange that no one else was on the footage, but the camera didn't seem to be tampered
Oh,
with.
sorry. I thought they might have slid down the pole.
It's no use. I can't stop the wall.
Oh, come on. Okay, well then it has to be the door.
The door! The door is suspicious! Yes, there has to be a clue here.
Or not.
Totally wrong. Master, could you please not pick stuff
I thought
randomly?
maybe it might have had something to do with the key being locked.
Right.
Why would he lock the door?
There's nothing suspicious about the door at the crime scene. It doesn't prove this was
Oh,
a
it's got to be the
homicide.
gun then. Has to be the gun. Because it's not the umbrella, surely.
I know, it's this! This has to be related to the murder.
Sorry, guys. I thought it was like, how did they escape?
Oh, the wall stopped. Looks like it's the right one.
That is the gun that fired the fatal shot, right? But how can you determine it was a homicide?
There's something unique about this gun. A revolver cylinder normally swings out to the left, but the gun found at the scene swings out to the right.
I see. That is unusual. It is incredible how you even noticed it. You really are the holy great detective warrior of light, Yuma.
It got even longer. Oh, well, anyway. This gun was apparently custom made for Shachi.
The junk shop geezer said that too. How does that prove this was a homicide?
Oh, is it because of the hand that he was holding it with? It doesn't make sense, because if it's the left... If he was holding it with his right hand, and he brought it out to the left... Oh, I think that's what it is. I think maybe he was holding the gun in his right hand, but he's left-handed.
I don't know anything else about it. I just figured this was kinda out of place. It's happening again?
Of course. You haven't solved the mystery itself.
Yuma, over there! Could you try shooting it with the gun?
I'm no marksman. Oh, but it could work inside the mystery labyrinth. If this gun is the answer... Huh? It's not loaded?
If you can't shoot it, then you're still missing something.
Something? Do you mean like why I think this gun is out of place?
Yeah, it's because of the hand he was holding it
I
with.
can't shoot the gun until I figure that out.
Will, Yuma? Did you solve it?
Why was Shachi's gun built like this in the first place?
Because he's left-handed.
The reason why must be relevant.
Are you saying you need my help to solve
Yeah, it's just
this?
gonna be a barrel question.
Oh, fine. Since you're so good at begging, I don't mind helping you out one bit. Here we go. Lay it all out.
Because the bullet went in from right to left, I think, and he was holding it with the right hand.
Let's work together as a team.
Sorry.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, knew it. Where's the E? Where's the E? Where's the E? Come on, E.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
And T, 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 T. God, there needs to be a way to speed this part up.
Right.
Yeah. Alright, looking at his gun, he was left-handed. Yep. So that proves that somebody else did it.
That's it! It's because he was left-handed! The reason the cylinder swings out to the right is to let him reload while still holding the gun in his left hand.
Which I think might then prove that Iruka wasn't the one that did it, because if she practiced a lot with Shachi, she would have known that, and she custom made the gun for him with that too, so she would have known. So I think that actually might clear Iruka of any suspicion.
If he was right-handed, it would be very difficult to reload if the cylinder swings out to the right. If Shachi was right-handed, he wouldn't have commissioned his gun to be designed this way.
Yeah, so I think that clears Iruka.
Which means Shachi is left-handed.
God, such an epic pose. Yeah, Shachi had a specially designed gun because he was left-handed. And Iruka would have known that because she's practiced with him a lot, and she also made it, so she would have put it in his left hand.
You did it, Yuma!
Oh, it worked.
All thanks to yours truly.
No, it is thanks to Yuma's deduction.
What? But we'd all be flattened by now if it wasn't for my assist.
I will never believe the God of Darkness could willingly lend a helping hand.
Oh, this is not the relationship I expected between you two in here. Like, going
Sure,
back and
say what
forth
you
with each other.
Anyway, let's hurry. Countdown is still going.
Okay.
Right. It looks like the number's gone down by a lot.
We were so close to figuring out this mystery. Let's hurry it up, Master.
Yeah, got it.
Huh? Just leave it to yours truly, unlike that sheltered skeg. I came through with the sweet assist.
What?
The God of Darkness helped us? There must be some sort of trap. Alright. Oh. These two again. God.
Look, another monster!
Alrighty, we're here as your official roadblock. Huh? You wanna know why? Because the homicide route ends here. That Shachi terrorist committed suicide. After all.
No, he didn't.
Right, Dominic?
You kept insisting it was a homicide earlier, but now you're going with the suicide theory?
These monsters are cheaters!
Maybe they're cheaters because they're monsters.
Are you defending the monsters? Curse you, God of Darkness! Queen of monsters!
I'm not defending them. I can't even follow this whole monsters and God of Darkness story you have going.
Now's not the time to be fighting!
Yeah, come on, let's get it on. repelling this
Looks like it's a
time.
dead end. You can't proceed
Oh, God.
because it wasn't a homicide. Shachi definitely committed suicide.
My claim
There
doesn't
we
hold
go.
up!
Yeah, it doesn't.
No! Shachi didn't commit suicide! All the evidence points to the contrary!
You know you're super annoying, right? Fine. I'll crush you like a bug.
Alright, what have we got now? Parking lot explosion,
So what
Shachi's.
if the gun was designed for the left hand? You can still shoot yourself. Shachi shot himself with the gun in his dominant hand. Therefore, a death by suicide. There's no proof a culprit fired the gun. No contradiction. It's a suicide. We're done here. Time to go home. Right.
It does seem like Shachi used his right hand to shoot himself in the head. But doesn't something seem off about that? Master, do you have any idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a clue in the solution keys.
So what if the gun was designed for the left hand?
Sorry, I want to look at these again. Parking lot explosion. There was an explosion. Shachi had time to run away but stayed on the roof. Shachi is specifically designed for left-handed. Exterior lock. It's got to be this one, surely.
You can still shoot yourself. Shachi shot himself with the gun in his dominant hand.
Yeah, that's got to be it, because it was in his right hand. There we go. And the bullet wound was right to left.
Shachi was left-handed, but he was found dead with the gun in his right hand. There's no reason he'd use his non-dominant hand to commit suicide. It's an obvious contradiction. When the culprit tried to make it appear like a suicide, they put the gun in the wrong hand. Which means someone else was involved in Shachi's death. His death was a setup. It's a homicide.
I'm starting to think it was, the bloody elf guy, whatever his freaking name is. Because technically, he would have to, whoever did it would also have to be the same height as him, and Savan was too small. So, yeah, I think it must have been the tall guy that shot him.
You managed
That's what I'm
once
going
again
with
to
now.
slay the monsters. That confirms it. The homicide route was the correct one.
Seems like it. I guess I can admit defeat here.
Oh, how very gracious of you.
The God of Darkness admitting defeat? Perhaps she has an honest side. No, it cannot be. Could this be an illusion she conjured forth?
You know, I don't really care, so long as we keep solving mysteries. Just keep helping my master out for a bit longer.
Wow, she backed down quite a bit there.
Let's carry on for now.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it's the elf guy, because if it was someone that shot him, Savan is too short, and so is Morgula. And I don't, if it was Aruka, she would have known which hand was dominant. So yeah, it's got to be the swimmer, because that would also explain the fact that the place was flooded would have allowed him to get around more
Culprit
easily
made a
too, because he's an
pretty
expert
cliche
swimmer.
mistake getting the victim's dominant hand wrong.
Perhaps the culprit doesn't know that Shachi's custom gun was designed for someone left-handed.
Yeah, so that definitely clears Iruka as well.
Shachi rarely carried his gun, so they probably never saw him hold it.
Huh. Why would he go through the trouble of getting a custom gun that he never intended to use? Deep down, do you think he was just like any other violent terrorist?
Maybe the gun was a gift.
A
Yeah.
gift? From whom?
Iruka.
A woman named Iruka manages the Resistance's weapons. She was the one who designed it.
Gifting a gun is so romantic. It delights my adventurer's heart.
It does?
Well, thanks to the culprit's mistake, we now know this was a homicide. But we still have a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah, alright, I'm putting it down to it being the swimmer. I still don't think Savad is off the hook just yet, though, because of the whole bomb thing. It might have, I mean, he didn't shoot him, but I think he might have had something to do with the bombs. Alright. Where did the culprit shoot the victim from? It had to be on the roof.
The location where the culprit shot Shachi.
Roof of the hideout.
Yep. Even if this case is a homicide, that's still a mystery.
But if you know it was, in fact, a homicide, then the answer has to be here.
It's gotta be the roof of the hideout.
I have no idea what it could be, but I am confident that you can discover the answer. For you are he who tames the god of darkness, holy great detective warrior of light Yuma.
God, I love how this title is just getting bigger and bigger.
How long is my name going to get?
I hope it gets longer and longer, Yuma. I want to see how far it goes. Alright. Yeah, it's gotta be the roof of the hideout.
Right here!
Right now! I still don't quite know how he escaped yet. The explosion downstairs has to have something to do with it, though.
That was the right answer, but if he was shot on the roof, doesn't that mean the culprit was also on the roof?
The culprit placed the gun in Shachi's hand to make it look like a suicide.
They also locked the door to stop the peacekeepers from getting up there.
That means they had to be there in person. The culprit was definitely on that roof.
The only other thing I could think of was did they hide up on top of the little roof section above the door? That could also have been another option. They may have just hid there until we left.
But Yuma, you said nobody was there when you arrived.
That's what we have to figure out now. When I heard the shot, I was halfway up the emergency stairs. It took about 10 seconds to reach the roof. And in that time, the culprit vanished like a cloud of smoke from the scene.
Where could the murderer have gone?
Alright. Yeah, they must have been hiding up there on the top.
This is...
We're back at the crime scene.
Follow the culprit's escape route.
Follow the culprit's escape route?
You need to escape in the same way the culprit did after committing the crime.
Okay, well, they definitely didn't go there. They didn't go through the door. I don't think they went over the edge. I think it's got to be here. It has to be the neighboring building.
Is it easier to imagine using a rope or some other tool to escape to the neighboring building? Or perhaps they used a hot air balloon?
No.
Culprit must be quite the adventurous thrill
Forget the hot air balloon thing.
But those high voltage lines would get in the way. You'd never reach the next building without touching them.
Oh, so the culprit is not an adventurer?
That's what you're disappointed about?
Well, then it must have been over here. They must have had some way of getting...
Though it
from
is
over-
fairly high, would it not be possible to climb down from here on a rope or ladder?
There's nowhere to hang something like that onto. Plus, from this height, It'd take a while to get all the way down like that. It'd be tough for someone to get down and gather their equipment in the short time it took me to reach the roof.
You probably couldn't jump down onto a mat from this height either. You'd die no matter how you landed.
Yeah, okay. Now, over here, we had... Oh, okay, so yeah, it wasn't a pole going all the way down. We couldn't do it here.
Ah, so the culprit escaped via the emergency stairs.
I feel like we've got to exhaust all these possibilities because I don't think any of them make sense. I still think he might have been hiding on the top of the roof there, or he went down via this cable that we can see on the corner.
As the culprit was in a state of emergency, it is only natural that they would make use of emergency stairs.
Wait. Master was up ahead, right? There's no way the culprit could have escaped without bumping into him.
What are you saying? Yuma is right here, is he not?
I mean, when the crime happened. Jeez, this sheltered skank and her empty head are killing me here.
Come on, Fubuki. Don't let Shinigami get the better of you.
Yet again, you called me sheltered.
Hey, I'm just telling it like it is.
Sheltered then.
I
Okay.
don't know if the culprit realized I was there. The footage from the security camera positioned here didn't show anybody around, which makes it hard to imagine that the culprit escaped from here.
Nah, oh no, wait, that line goes all the way across there. Oh, what about climbing down this? They could have climbed down the scaffolding. They got up on top, they were able to use the scaffolding and maybe sling their way down to the roof below. Because there's no way they got out through the door. The door was locked.
Is it easier to imagine that the criminals simply went back inside through this
And the
door?
peacekeepers were there. So yeah, they must have gotten on the roof of this thing and then somehow gotten down from there. Either climbing down or sliding down across a cable.
No, that's impossible. At the time of the incident, the peacekeepers were on the other side of it.
I see. If the culprit had gone inside through here, they would have been apprehended by those peacekeepers.
Well, it's safe to say this wasn't the escape route.
Yeah.
Yuma, this is bad. We have reviewed all the possible escape routes.
No, we gotta think about it up above.
Yet, we can't figure out how the culprit got off the rooftop.
Yeah, it's gotta be the swimmer, because he's the only athletic one as well.
Mysterious.
This isn't funny! At this rate, we'll run out of time!
What are we supposed to do?
There's no other way besides finding the culprit's escape route. That's how it is in the mystery labyrinth.
Where are the entrances for cast members and the hidden entryways for maintenance crews?
This isn't an attraction at some theme park.
Well then, why do you hunt Yuma if you cannot even do your job and guide him?
Oh,
God
shots
of darkness
fired!
who cannot guide you is just a directionless god of darkness.
Oh, take
I
that.
have no idea what you're talking about. You're a stupid, sheltered skank that's completely useless.
You called me sheltered again. How many times is that now? Let's see. After the number 3 comes...
Seriously, are you
Be
dense?
quiet, please.
Head on right? When are you...
The culprit must have been on their roof when they committed the crime. They escaped somehow.
Behind you.
But how? There aren't any other clues at the crime scene. Wait, if nothing was there, what if the culprit destroyed evidence?
What? Destroyed evidence?
Is that what the explosion down below was about?
And leave it to yours truly. I'll wring it out of your mind, Master.
That could have been what the explosion was
You're going to
about.
recreate the crime scene again?
If you don't remember it, then I've got no choice. I'll make it a gentle beating this time around. So, which memory do you want beaten out of you?
When the body was discovered, when the rooftop was for...
How about when Shachi first called me up to the rooftop? The culprit wouldn't have done anything to the scene yet. I can even compare it to when I found the corpse.
Alrighty, leave it
Yeah.
to me.
What is this daunting aura I sense? What are your intentions here?
Let's do it, Master!
Can't be!
Oh, oh, oh!
I'm in so much pain. I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
The corpse is gone, but nothing else has really changed about this place. I believe all that happened was you were assaulted, Yuma.
Not much time passed between when you first reached the rooftop and when you discovered the corpse. If nothing changed, then there are no clues here for you to use.
Hang on. There must be something. Something that the culprit destroyed to cover their tracks.
Yeah, the
I
building
wrenched this
wall.
memory out of your tiny brain, so you don't have much time left to look around. Your time limit is until the pain in your head goes away. You better hurry up and investigate.
God, that sucks.
Got it. I'll hurry.
Alright. Crime scene recreation. Alright. Look down, yeah.
It seems like there's no place to hang a rope off of. There's nothing of note on this side of the wall. What is that? A storm drain?
Ah,
Has that
yep.
always been there?
Yep.
Right, the explosion. The explosion that happened right after I found the
Covered
body
the storm
must have
drain,
buried
yes.
it in rubble.
So it's definitely the
drain
swimmer.
was covered after a mysterious explosion.
It was to make sure we couldn't see it. Drain was buried in rubble from the explosion that happened right after the body was found.
Find anything, Master?
Yeah, I might have found a clue that shows how the culprit escaped.
Really? You did it, Yuma!
Oh god, here we go. Not that I don't love seeing you, Gillame, but I'm also curious to find some of the other mystery phantoms in here.
Mystery phantoms!
Chirp, 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 chirp. I was curious what all the tweeting was about. You're still fantasizing about all this nonsense? He committed suicide. There's nobody to pursue.
Then why are you chasing us?
After all, there's no place a culprit could run to. No one can run off a rooftop.
No, but he could dive.
No one could escape the rooftop.
Which means if you can disprove that, then we'll defeat them and press forward.
Yeah, I'm very certain it was a swimmer now. Ooh, nice change of scenery. Is this the first time we've had a change like this? Can't remember any other times.
Oh
God, enough with the repel.
Fantasies. I'm saying Shachi committed suicide.
And I'm saying you're wrong.
There is no other culprit. No one.
God,
could have
move,
left that
Yuma.
rooftop.
That claim doesn't hold up!
Yeah, that doesn't hold up.
No, there is a culprit! And there's a way to escape from the roof, too!
Ugh, such a drag. You're still
Bring it.
talking about that? What a downer!
Alright. Height of the roof, drain, voltage lines.
I think the culprit had to be on the roof if it's not suicide. So, where did the culprit go?
Oh, okay, no, I've got something.
Escape through the roof's door.
That's true.
You can't escape down the emergency stairs. Or was the culprit on the roof the whole time? All impossible! See? There's simply no place to run.
No!
Through this mystery!
You!
No, there is a way out. The drain directly below the rooftop.
Don't let any shady statement slip by.
Huh? Mystery Phantoms will ask a riddle from time to time. Read the question carefully, counter by repelling the words of the answer you think is right. Oh, God. Okay. A riddle be this. Batman.
Rain? What about it? What's that got to do with gleam from the roof? How did the culprit escape? Go ahead and try answering that.
Yeah.
With this, I'll expose the truth.
They dove down the drain. It was the elf with his lithe body.
That's right. The culprit dove into the drain from the roof. That was the culprit's escape route.
Dude, just turn on her now. Just like crush her with those big bowling ball hands. Oh, looks like they're dead. So I guess that's it for them. I don't think that's ever happened to a Mystery Phantom before. They haven't just died outright.
They disappeared, but to leap into a storm drain from atop a roof? Is such an adventurous stunt truly possible?
Yep.
I wasn't sure about that as well. But if the explosion was used to destroy evidence...
That would also explain why the district was flooded, so they could get around and do whatever it is they had to do.
I think that has to be the case. The culprit opened the storm drain's grates beforehand and jumped from the roof right after committing the crime.
God, that's a hell of a jump,
The
though.
district was flooded, so naturally the drain would have been filled with water. Then, the culprit swam away.
It would only take a few seconds to escape the roof that way. So the culprit used a bomb to blow up the area, which covered up the evidence of their escape.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. God, it's just like in that film. It wasn't like, oh God, what was it? The Italian Job, where they covered up the hole in the ground by like blowing the side up of a truck to make it look as if they just disappeared.
Why? We defeated these monsters already.
The problem here was follow the culprit's escape route.
So we have to leap into the drain just like the culprit did?
Sure do, Yuma!
I have to jump from up here?
Yep.
And now more drains have suddenly appeared. What is happening?
You have to... Oh well, we don't have to leap anymore, we just have to aim.
You have to make up your mind and jump!
Oh, Fubuki.
Falling!
You won't die, Fubuki, you just drill into the ground.
This way!
He was a resistance leader, yeah.
We actually made it.
I felt as if my heart would jump out of my chest, but we managed to get down.
It's not over yet. Look over there!
It's easy peasy.
Looks like all the suspects are here.
Must we fight all of them? Even Yuma cannot face 4 foes at once. They fled!
Then we better chase after them.
All right,
Chase
and I
seems
think
all
we'll...
common in adventures, but are you certain the culprit is among them?
He certainly is, and we'll continue to chase him on the next chapter. So thanks for joining me, guys, and we may be at the end of the mystery labyrinth in the next one. So I look forward to seeing you then. Bye!